not only do the unions apparently not like this, but the people who are going to pay for this, i.e. the taxpayers, are not happy with this either. Because, again, you know, you can call me a pig or do whatever you want. I really don't care at this point. But the fact is, people paying for this don't have this deal. Not even close to this deal. And they're paying 50+% for their own insurance. We have some employers in the audience, and I don't know that they're paying, you know, 95 and 90% of the insurance rate for their employees. You know, people aren't getting 3 to 5 to 6% pay increase, and I know when you just say 1.5, 2, and 2.5, the average person goes, "Oh, that's reasonable." It's never told. The whole story is never told that there's a step increase with a lot of those wages increases as well, which raises that. If it was just a 1.5 total cap without a step, I'd have no problem. But I think we're being disingenuous when we say, "Oh, we settled on a 1.5, 2, and 2.5." No, we didn't. The step is on top of that, and people don't know that unless they sit down and read these things. And if you have a night of insomnia, I'd highly recommend it. And I'm not saying I don't want our staff to be paid fairly, but things have to be in balance. And this is not in balance with what the average taxpayer in Wabasha County is living with and dealing with and paying for out of their own pocket. And I'm going to go one step further and say the thought of our next budget cycle scares me to death, because I don't know where we're going to get the money from, to be honest. And I can tell the people right now, I would bet my left arm you will have a wheelage tax before this year is done, and your levy for next year, hang on to your britches, because I don't know how we're going to pay for it. We've got a pending Bowser issue that is a big check that's going to have to be written if things don't break open there. We've got some other pending lawsuits that could be millions of dollars from what I understand. Now, I'm sure MCIT might pay for some of that, but guess what? They're going to raise our rates because of it. Plus just the cost of doing our business. What's the deal? We're just going to say yes to this and then think and worry about how we're going to pay for it later? This has a direct impact on the levy. One of our biggest expenses in Wabasha County is staff. And that's how government is. We don't sell a product. We sell services, and we pay people to perform those services, and we pay them through union contracts for the most part. So when we settle on these contracts, it has a direct impact on the levy, and frankly, I can see this forcing a wheelage tax, at least being a contributing factor. I'm trying to be transparent, and yes, some of these things we talked about in closed session, but they're not private anymore. The people deserve and have a responsibility to know what they are paying for. And I think that it's good for us to share our disgust. Unless you're really happy with this, then share your accolades. I'm not happy with this, and I know the unions aren't happy with this. So be it. But I think, as a commissioner, it's my responsibility to inform the people, this is what you're paying for. So when they get their property tax statement and they go, holy cow, what is going on? This is a contributing factor to your levy increase, because it is something we pay for out of the general levy. And that money comes from you, from the taxpayers. And so when we have to find revenue to cover things like this, that's when we look at raising the levy. That's when we look at alternative forms of taxation like a wheelage tax. We also can slap a sales and use tax on you according to state law. So, you know, if you're happy with this, people, super great. Send all of us thank you letters for doing a great job, and I'll shut up. But I don't think that constituents in my district are going to do cartwheels up and down their driveway when they get their property tax statement, the next one. I mean, if I'm wrong, I will be the first one to admit it. So, and I'm not shooting arrows at these people. I've been in the union negotiation seat, And we are powerless. Your elected officials are absolutely powerless to do diddly squat about this. Because what are we facing if we try to fight this, Jerry? We get sent to arbitration or mediation, and then cha-ching, cha-ching, every time that mediator's here, what do they get an hour? It's ridiculous.
I'm not sure.
It's hundreds of dollars an hour. So every time you're sitting there going, well, we maybe saved $100, but we spent $1,000 trying to save the 100. And so if you people are okay, and you people, I mean taxpayers, if you're okay with the situation we're in, super great. If you're not, it's time for you people to start standing up and having a voice and say you're not okay with this. Because
I'm not okay with it.
Because until the union starts to hear from the people who are paying.
I'm not okay with it.
Okay.
Okay? I'm one.
I'm not okay with it either, but I don't know how I can help you anymore, because this is what we all face. We're doomed.
Mr. Chair.
I mean, I can't understand paying $1,000 a month for health insurance, okay? And yet, our tax dollars are going to give people, you know, their contribution is maybe what, 70 to $100 a month? Help me out. What's wrong with that picture? It's out of balance, folks.
Bev, can you make it quick, please?
Yes, I'll make it quick. I am Bev Snow, I'm a taxpayer in Wabasha County, and a public employee for a long time. And when we were in negotiations with unions, we lost 3 years, not just of the COLAs, but we lost 3 years of our step increases. It can be done if you stand up strong and you can convince the unions that they have to work with you. You don't work for the unions and taking my money and my home away from me. And I'm telling you, because I lost those 3 years, I lost them in my top 5 for retirement. So I lost them forever. And every union person who worked under us lost theirs. It became an agreement, and it can be done. And we went up from paying 0 on our single coverage to 30%. And you want to talk about trying to pay $674 a month out of your pocket on a retirement to have insurance? It's coming. And why are we keeping these people in the reality? And you're getting rid of all of us? Because I'm telling you, you keep doing this, it's been done to us in the last few years, there is no way I can afford to live in Wabasha County. I moved here because it was a good county, and you're moving me out.
Last night when I got home was the first time I saw this whole contract. And yes, we agreed to some things, but those were Teamsters contracts that we talked about. And again, there's things in this that we didn't talk about. And maybe I was absent some of those meetings, but I was never brought up to speed either. So that is why I voted no. I just in my heart of hearts do not believe this is in the best interest of the people I represent. And I'm not shooting arrows at anybody who voted. I respect you all the same for your votes. That's fine. I just can't do it.